ECAT's production of OA Sports are provided by Morse Insurance, Weinstein & Keach, we sell real estate, Michael Associates, Ltd., the Easton Lions Club. ECAT would like to thank all the sponsors for support of producing OA Sports.
Both teams' records are 3-3. The only difference is that Mansfield has had 1 win, 1 loss, 1 win, 1 loss, 1 win, 1 loss. And Oliver Ames has had 3 wins and then 3 direct losses. So hopefully OA can come out on top and change this for the better. And right now we're about to hear the starting lines and then our national anthem. I'd like to thank the law office of Michael S. Cahill Jr., McDonald and Donovan families, the Leach family, Morse Insurance, Collision Doctors Incorporated, the Lions Club of Easton, Evergreen Landscaping, and Diable Builders Incorporated. They are our sponsors. Thank you all so much. We appreciate it. Without you, we wouldn't be able to do a lot of the things we can do. And a special thanks to ECAT for hosting tonight. Several OA players not on the roster tonight. Tobin is out with an injury. McDonald as well, and Xander Marchand. Applause for our teachers, the Teachers Appreciation Night.
Tonight, Oliver Ames Tigers takes on the Mansfield Hornets. The starting lineup for the Hornets. Starting at left wing, freshman number 7, Patrick McDade.
Oh, we're going to do the
Starting at center, senior number 10, Brendan Tian.
for Oliver Ames, not the Hornets.
Starting at right wing, junior number 11, Jace Bearden. Starting defenseman, freshman number 18, John Shaw. Starting defenseman, freshman number 17, Blake Marshall. Starting in net, sophomore number 31, Ronan Williams.
Ronan starts tonight.
And your Mansfield Hornets. They didn't give me the starting lineup, guys, so I don't know who's starting.
And time for our national anthem.
And now please rise if you're able with your hats for the singing of our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's grand glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the free.
All right. But here we are, ACF Arena. I am your host, Aaron Grothy. Ronan Blaney starting in net tonight, not Josh DeVito. And one of our starting centers for the second line, Adam Tobin, is injured, so he will not be on the ice. I did not get a roster, so I'm not sure who will be out there with his line. So we have Brendan Teen in center. Right, Patrick Dade. Excuse me, he's left. Chase Pearden on right. Left D, John Shane, not John Snow. And right D, Blake Marshall. Looks like starting for Mansfield, we have 13 at center. Hold on, I have their roster. So Adam Romanovich. Looks like 17, Matt Kelly. Number 5, Cole Gibson. And I'm not seeing the defensive in there. 28, there we go. Thomas McCormick. And number 9, Anthony Galesso. He's on left wing. Something's going on for the referees, asking for pucks and holding on to pucks. And both teams are very amped. And here we go. OA wins the draw. Back to Blake Marshall. Sends it off the board. But Mansfield gets a tap on it. Mansfield putting some big pressure in there on OA. And Mansfield gets it in OA's side. Tip to Ronan, and he catches. Hits his pad, right side. So we'll have a face-off to the right of Blaney. OA wins the draw. And Blake pushes it around the side. John Sheng getting in there. Mansfield doing a good job with some pressure. Here comes Tien. Tien takes a check kind of in the leg there. That's going to be off. Oh, that had to hurt. Shot wide right, up the wall. And McDade gets a pass. Here comes Tien, holds. Back passes up to McDade, but he couldn't grab it. Getting a change. And shot and saved. Have Stairs playing for defense. As well as, not sure, Marchand is taking center along with Eldridge on the left. Nick Finch on the left. Eldridge on the right. Pass to Nick Finch up in the neutral zone. Can't hold on to it, and they keep it down there. Here comes Marchand on the left. Mansfield takes it away. Sends that really far down, and that's going to be an icing. And that's Herrick as well. So number 8, Herrick on D along with Stairs. We'll have a face-off to the left of Mansfield goalie. Looks like Charlie Silver, a sophomore, who's in net. Mansfield wins the draw, back, sends it all the way up to the neutral zone, and that's coming out. Blaney needs to... And the referee calls it a little early, but I'm not going to complain. Change out. First line's back out again. Although Kellen O'Leary is taking McDade's place. He took a pretty big hit there in the ice against his own teammate. Puck up the top. Mansfield sends it wide, and that's going to be an ice. Mansfield has the right idea, just no one there to grab the puck. Mansfield wins the draw. Puck on the wall. Gets it out in the front. Quick shot, blocked. Back out, tipped off of a skate, kept in the corner. Mansfield with it. Ricocheted back in. Here comes Tian with a nice shot, almost second shot, but couldn't get it right off. Pearden sends it around the net. Here comes Tian. Sends it around back over to Mansfield. Behind the net, and he's going to bring it up the left side. And he gets it around Tian. And they're going to have to be off for delayed ice. John with the puck, waiting, sends it all the way over to the corner. Couldn't keep a hold of it for Pearden, but it gets tipped, and they got to come off first. And Mansfield retakes it. And we're going to have a tripping off of OA. So Pearden takes his first penalty of the game at 12 minutes and 13 seconds in this first period. Not what OA needs right now. So Quinn Grothy steps out the PK line, PK1 line, Nick Finch, Herrick, and Marchand. OA on the boards, trying to get it out. Good block. Herrick gets it out of there. Quinn pushes a check. Shot, Blaney saves. Quinn Grothy gets a hold of it. He's still battling. Shot, caught by Quinn Grothy. Holding against the board. Puck. Oh, and it got tipped and scored. That's a bummer. Got to get the puck out, boys. All right, first line's out again. And McDade rejoins, so he's feeling better. Mansfield wins a draw in Mansfield zone. Pass to pass. Tipped over to the third, pushed in the center. Pass over. Shot. And that hits the crossbar on top. Hits in the net off to the right. We'll have a face-off to the right of Blaney. So Mansfield scores. So they are leading 1-0. Mansfield wins, sends it to the D. D sends it forward. And Pearden gets it away from him. Pearden and McDade. Oh, a nice pass back and forth up the front. Puck is loose, and goalie sits on it. So a couple shots, like 3 or 4 there. Excuse me, about 2, maybe 3. But it felt like 4. A lot of passing, which is what they need to do. Face off to the right of Mansfield. McDade trading places and gets tripped, but not called. Puck in the middle, puck in the side. Now it's in the wall. Sends up the side. Tian tries to get a check. Couldn't get it. And here comes Mansfield. Shot back. McDade sends it up. Gets hit by John. He didn't realize it. Puts back. Low shot. And that was a save. Good defense by Tian. And shot with a glove save from Ronan. We'll get a change out. So Eldridge, Marchand, and Finch come out, as well as Stairs and Herrick. Mansfield wins again. Low shot, saved. Up to Eldridge. Eldridge pushes up the middle, up to Marchand. Marchand, a lot of pressure, and he ends up going down. Over to Nick. Nick sends it wide left and goes behind the goalie. Oh, tried. Going to get that low in the corner from Nick, and then OA will go back in. Here comes Marchand. Send it up the wall. Eldridge over the side and kept in by Stairs all the way down around the goalie. Nick Finch he takes a semi-check. In the feet of OA, Eldridge gets tripped up. But Stairs was able to tip it, and they get it out to the middle. Here comes Marchand, and couldn't hold on to the puck. Pass over, Mansfield there to get it. Herrick's able to get it out in the neutral zone. Eldridge goes after it. Missed the pass there. Here comes Marchand. Tien switched out. Kind of gets hooked and no call. They are battling. They are going after it. Shot. Whoa, and there's a goal. Nice wraparound pass by Tien over to Chase Pearden. Fires it in on that right side for a goal. So we have a tie game, 1-1. That is 9 minutes, 9 seconds in this period. Mansfield wins. He keeps it in. Low shot. Blocker saved. Pass around. Gets tipped by Tien on the back. Mansfield brings it up the middle. Over to the side. Long pass. They try to get a pass and chip. Chase sends it top. Hits a player. Stick. Sends it forward. They're right there crashing the net. And that's going to be an icing by OA. So we'll have a face-off to the right of Blaney after a brief line change. Quinn Grothy out with Stairs for defense. Finch, Marchand, Eldridge. Here comes Eldridge, brings it up the middle. He's going. Nick Finch coming in the left. Sends a shot, goes all the way down. Quinn's able to hold it at the corner and delayed offside. And a pass up to the defense. Defense to D. Here comes Quinn. Smashing in. Keeping down. That gets stripped. Puck's around the net. Good check by Quinn. Tries to get it off the board. And Nick takes semi-check to the head. And that's going to be all the way around. 1. Good defense by the D. Sends it up. Mansfield gets it. Sends it over to Mansfield. He gets a tip. Tien didn't see it. Was right there. Stairs pushes it over. And they try to get it out. Center. Quinn pushes up. Shot high and into the netting. And we're going to have a face-off to the right of the goalie with a line change for everyone. For Easton at least. Tien up in the face-off. Mansfield with the puck in the back. Gets tipped by John. John over in the corner. Takes a check. McDade. That's a high left shot. And John tries to send it up, or Tien tries to send it up. Low shot, and that was a fireball right in the goal, 5-hole. I think it went in twice. So Mansfield takes the lead at 6 minutes and 46 seconds. So Tien, McDade, and Pearden on our line for forwards. John Shane and Blake Marshall on D. And that puck goes out into the Outside, that's odd place for the puck to get through. That's very interesting. Somebody's trying to help get the puck in. Couldn't get it. And here's the face-off to the right of Ronan. Mansfield gets it. Sends a shot. Gets tipped by Pearden. Pearden flying in. Coming in. Holding. Turns. Shot. Tipped. Another pass up front. Puck gets to the wall. Elway brings it out into the neutral zone. Sends it over. And Jace sends it around the goal to the goalie. Goalie steps out to touch. Mansfield pushes up front to the wall. Blake Marshall pushes up against the wall. The pass to Pearden, passed right in the center. Here comes John. Shot low, blocked. Another pass around the net, over to 28. Marchand trying to put some pressure in there to keep the puck down there. Mansfield pulls it out, sends it on the wall, and here's the breakout. Pass. Sean, good D. Ooh, takes a check, but keeps his head held high. Puck flying up high over to Blake and gets caught up in the skates. Turns around, just sends it up to the top D. Top sends a D-to-D pass. Tipped. Marchand, low shot, and he was able to grab it. Mansfield putting a lot of pressure on OA. So Herrick will come out along with Stairs. And that was a D-to-D pass, but D wasn't there. And they're going to send it back down around. Herrick sends it around. And it gets back to Mansfield, who's right there. Sends it up to the top of the D. D's able to hold it. They push it on the wall. And back to the D. Low shot. Good low shot. Just skims the right side. Here comes Nick Finch. Gets the puck out, but Mansfield number 9 is able to take it, hold it. And they push in. Low shot. Another shot, but wide right. And that gets pushed out into the neutral zone. And we've got a little tackle. And we're going to have I think that was an offside, so we're going to have a face-off off the blue. Quinn and Blake Marshall out for a D pair now. Quinn gets it up to the front. Passes over to Blake. Blake up to McDade. McDade missed the pass. Tipped. Tipped in the air. Shot wide. Blake and Mansfield number 14 getting trapped together. Puck goes to the wall. Tien sends it over, takes a body check. Peered in on the wall. Takes a check, passes it up. Oh, but couldn't get it. Here comes Chase. Up the middle. Gets it out. He still holds it. Oh, Blake gets it taken away. Quinn was also to help save that. Gets a tip off. Tipped again. Mansfield brings it around center. McDade on the corner trying to keep the puck. It's in there. Here comes Tien, who gets it stripped out into the neutral zone. And we're going to have a face-off outside the line. Good hockey there. You can see everybody breathing hard, so they are working. OA wins the draw, brings it out. Eldridge gets it down low. Goalie tips, stays in the corner. Marchand down and Finch on the left. Shot by Herrick, gets tipped by the goalie. And a puck goes flying to around behind. Mansfield tries to push it out. Back pass, but doesn't get anywhere because it gets caught by Mansfield. And Mansfield sends it down to the corner. Blaney touches. They are able to tip it. Pushes up top to Nick. Nick couldn't hold it. And that was a tough call. I wish Ronan had stepped out. Could have made a play on that puck, but it's okay. So Mansfield takes another goal at 2 minutes, 27 seconds. And we have a 3-1 game, Mansfield. So Quinn and Blake Marshall out again for a pair, along with Kellen O'Leary. McDade taking center at this point. And Logan Dos Reis makes his first appearance for the game. And a long shot off the board. Tipped away, shot blocked. Here comes Kellen. And he tipped. Big check. Nice check by Blake. And everybody's trying to check now. Puck loose in the corner. McDade getting in there. 2, sends it up the board, sends it up top. Dos Reis has it, sends it out to the middle. Touched by Mansfield. Mansfield brings it over and sends it over to the side. He's going to get it down, and it's going to go around. Minute 35 left in the period. Another check. Here comes McDade, one-on-one. Shot high, wide. That's going to get no icing. Oh, they're going to call it. We're going to have a face-off to the right, or excuse me, to the left of Mansfield, goalie. Tipped off. Marchand passes. Oh, tipped and blocked. Just barely. Chase with the puck. Nick couldn't hold on to it. And that's going to be down into Stairs. Stairs winds around, sends it back to Mansfield, who is just waiting there. Pass up to Jace. Jace coming up the center, along with Nick. Fires one high off the glass behind the goalie. Not sure what he was trying to accomplish there. John misses that pass, but is able to hold it against the wall. Nick with the puck sends it clear into the neutral zone with Jace. And he gets it off the wall. Goalie touches. Mansfield holding behind the wall. Behind the net, excuse me. Up the side on the right. Here comes Tien. Tien. And he's holding that puck, and he wants it. Sends it deep. Gets in the corner for a change. Here comes Marchand. Logan. And that's going to be a there's only 5 at the moment. He's saying 6, but I'm not sure. They're saying 6 skaters. So they're going to send Logan in. Logan Dos Reis. And that gets sent around. So we will start the second period on a penalty kill. Mansfield leading 3-1. And we will be back in about 15 minutes. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back, everyone, to the lovely Rockton ASIAF Arena, where we have Oliver Ames Tigers versus the Mansfield Hornets. Mansfield taking an early lead this game, 3-1 going into the second period. And OA is going to be on a penalty kill. So they are going to have to stop them for another minute and 57 seconds. As the penalty was too many men on the ice, which did not seem like too many men, especially with touching the puck, which nobody did. So, whatever. We move on. But so far, I think the game's gone pretty well. Both teams putting forth lots of effort. OA just needs to get a little bit better of holding onto that puck and sending it to a stick of a player. So we will have Chase Pearden, Quinn Grothy, Brendan Teahan, and Herrick on for the PK line. So we'll do a 1-3 defense here at the starting of the, and that tipped off. Mansfield touches first. Number 9 passes over. And Mansfield holding. The ice is still very wet, so the puck is constantly getting touched. Here comes number 17, Quinn on him, putting pressure. Mansfield sends it up the wall, back to a defensive player. Passes over to the wall. Tip to the back. Holding. Gets tipped by Herrick, and pushes on the wall. Holding. Mansfield gets it out. Tipped off, and OA is sending it all the way down. Good out. Brendan Teahan right on it. Sends it over. Quinn with a little hip check, puts Mansfield's player up in the air, and then Herrick ends up taking him out. Quinn tries to give a check, puts some pressure, sends it off the boards, and gets it out. OA doing a good job. 38 seconds left in the penalty kill. And D-to-D pass for Mansfield. Mansfield sends it up the wall. Brendan Teahan gives a nice push. Puck behind the net. Watching, waiting. Pushed up to the D. D sends a shot. Tip behind over to the wall in the corner. Quinn puts some pressure. And here comes Herrick. He gets it out. And here we go. Teahan gets it. Pushes it all the way in the corner, and we are now with a full line. That's going to be an icing. So good pressure by OA there. They did a great job with the penalty kill. It's exactly what you want to see. So Frankie Marchand takes center, McDade on right, Finch on left, and Blake Marshall and John Shane will be on D for OA. Mansfield wins the draw, but OA comes out. Nick with kind of gets a shot, but it gets tipped with another stick on it. Shot from behind to a pass, sends it up the wall, and Shane misses. Blake rushing toward it, hits it on the wall. Here comes Shane, sends it out, tipped over to Marchand from McDade, and gets stripped from Mansfield. Big check. And Mansfield recovers, puts it around. And that's a check off of Nick. OA finally doing some body action here. Big check there. Shot tipped in the middle. Back to the top. Passes it over. It's another one. Low shot deflected off of a skate. Back behind the net. Puck in the corner. Top of the D. Number 2, low shot, hits a skate blade, tips over. Low shot, tipped up, and they get that one up to the top. Another low shot hits a skate from OA, blocked it, and they get it in the middle. Sends a pass over to the side, over to McDade, who takes a check. Tien got lucky with a, ooh, and a nice shot by Jace, but it hits the bar on the side. Sends it up the top. Couldn't see it behind him. Jace gets around it. Shot and, oh, missed it! Puck is loose, still loose. In the wall, sends it all the way down for an icing. Oh, that was so close, folks. It was a pass from Chase to Tien. But this is good hockey. This is what you want to see. Mansfield touches first. Tien gives a push. Stairs on the side. It gets past him. Up on Herrick. And that gets pushed away. Shot front. Goes out to the center. Mansfield still touches. Gets tipped in the center. Another tipped over to the right. And that gets pushed behind the net. Away with the puck. And gets taken away by Mansfield in the neutral zone. And here's a pushback. Gets sent right to Tien. Gets deflected and goes in! Tien for the goal at 10 minutes, 23 seconds. That brings the score 3-2. OA desperately needed that goal to pump him up, and I think he did it. And Mansfield brings it in OA zone. Top gets right in the middle, sends a pass, gets tipped, touching. Mansfield behind the net, brings it over to the side, sends a deep wall pass. D passes back down, but he kind of gets tipped. Checks into the boards, and it gets into the neutral zone. Nick Finch with some pressure. They send it over to the wall. Here comes number 9 from Mansfield. And he gets tipped. And Mansfield was able to get that into the corner. Good block by Ronan. Shot deflected wide. Quinn takes a check, doesn't get it. Here comes Nick Finch. Tries to get a push around. Here comes number 13 against Grothy. Shot wide right, goes up the wall. Mansfield there to push it back down. And Marchand takes it. That's going to be offside. And we're going to have a face-off down in Mansfield's side. So Tien takes the draw. Mansfield pushes back, and they send it up to the top. Top waiting, sent up to the center. 21 bringing it in. Gets right through Herrick's feet. Checked into the boards. Here comes Tien. Pops it off the wall. Hits the stick of Eldridge. Eldridge's able to get around it. Waiting for the pass. Sends up front. Misses, but close. Oh, that was high. Chase Pearden with it, sends it around the board, over to Eldridge. Eldridge gets pumped in. And here comes Jace, he's right there. Here comes Tien coming all the way in. Puts a stick on it. Mansfield with the puck behind the net. Pass over, tipped. And they're gonna call off, everybody's off. Number 2 bringing it in, hits Chase right in the no special spot, if you don't mind me saying so. Puck high, and that's going to be an icing. So we will have a face-off to the right of Mansfield. Logan Dos Reis, Marchand, and Nick Finch. Mansfield takes it, sends it around the back toward the net. Logan puts a little pressure on there along with Marchand. Shane able to hold it in. Shoots wide behind the net. Logan coming over. Holds. Feet, loses it. Keeps his head up. Marchand in the pressure on number 5 against Mansfield. Gets it tipped, but now it's going to be a one-on-one against Blake Marshall, number 8, Mansfield. In the corner, gets it around. Marchand whacks at it. Top, 8, tips it out. Find Logan. Nice defense there. Putting some pressure. That's going to go to Blake. Blake holds and gets caught up in Mansfield's legs. They send a pass. Shot, and Ronan puts a glove on it. So we'll have a line change. T and Pearden, McDade, and Stairs, and Herrick. With 6 minutes, 52 seconds left in the period, Mansfield holds the puck, sends it off the boards around the net. Mansfield goes after it. Sends it up the wall. The D. D changes a shot. Blocked, and Ronan covers it. It's a good save. I need my wingman. Tom Corey, where are you? I need you for helping me with shots on net. Owe wins it, but couldn't hold it. And Herrick with some good D. Holds it, D center to D pass. D shoots it, but he gets caught up right there in the center. Pushes it around the net, all the way up the boards to the D. D sends it shot, kind of gets a glove on it. Herrick's able to back pass it to the wall. And they are going to wave that off as Mansfield could have touched it. Low shot, tipped, oh, right off the top. Come on, Stairs. Cups it down low. Mansfield with the puck. Around the wall. Sends it up top. Tien right there to give a whack. They send it off the board. They're going to call tipped. Herrick with the puck. Holding. Gets it. Is still in the neutral zone. Bringing it in the right. Tries to shoot. Gets a back pass in there. Holding. Puck is loose. He pats it off. That was Tien. Tien sends it around the net. Over to Jace. Jace going after it. It's a little interference by Mansfield. Mansfield sends it off the board. Stairs on the puck. And that's a great play by McDade, sliding in with a stick to get the tip. Puck into the air. No pass. Puck in the neutral zone. Kelly holds the puck for Mansfield, sends it down over to McCormack. Stairs in the corner. Takes a check to the boards. Pass up the top. Tips off of Pearden. Or, excuse me, O'Leary. I didn't even know they changed. So we have O'Leary, Finch, and Eldridge out there. The defense is the same, and we're going to have a penalty for roughing against number 28 there. Hold on 1 second. So that was Thomas McCormick. So he goes in the box at 4 minutes, 46 seconds. For 2 minutes, away on the power play. Jace Pearden, Brendan Tien on D. We have Marchand on wing. Sends it up the wall. Over to McDade. McDade sends a pass down to Finch. Finch to McDade. McDade up the top to Tien. Tien back to McDade. McDade sends a wide pass over to Pearden. Pearden sends a top. Sends it over to the side. Low. Sends the top. Tipped. And that's a forward pass. And we're going to have a offside face-off at the line. Nick Finch in center. Marchand on left. Pearden on right, and Mansfield gets the puck way low. Back around. Couldn't grab it. Pearden gets it deep over to the back of the goalie, and he puts a glove on it, so we'll have a face-off to the right of the goalie. Good positioning by OA to be able to get it down there. Tien sends it over to Pearden. Pearden couldn't grab it, and that's a high, and that's going to be another face-off to the left of the goalie for Mansfield. Excuse me. Over to Pearden. Pearden holding. Gets it patted away, but still maintains possession. Over to McDade. McDade up to Pearden. Pearden down low to Finch. Sends a shot, and it gets hit off of a Mansfield player. Mansfield on the wall, and they get it down the board. 39 seconds left in the power play. Tien with the puck. Gets around 1, 2. Gets a tip by 3. Back pass in the front. Oh, and he's not there. Pearden on with the puck. Coming in hot on the wall. Sends to the front. And it's only Blake Marshall against 1v2. Gets it tipped off his skate. And that's a good tip by McDade, who gets a stick on it. And that gets pushed all the way down. That's going to be an icing. Oh. So we have a face-off on the right side of Ronan. Looks like Quinn Grothe and I'm not sure for defense. There's Los Reese, sends it over to the side. Kellen O'Leary on the puck. Shot wide, gets tipped. Looks like John Shen. Went with some pressure on the puck. And that puck gets out in the neutral zone. And they're going to get that deep. Technically, should have been. That gets sent out to the top. Logan tries to get a touch on it. And that's Eldridge with the tap. Shane with the touch. Dos Reis gets it lipped out. Dos Reis with some pressure, putting Mansfield behind the net. And they're going to hold that. It's a little tip again. Stopped by Eldridge. Shot. Glove save. And we're going to have a face-off to the left of Mansfield with 1 minute and 30 seconds left in the second period. Have an alumni with us tonight. It looks like Andy Poulos hanging out with the coaches off the bench. Mr. Cahill. Sends it up the wall. Tries to get a shot, but couldn't get it. That was Blake Marshall. Gets it tipped away. 8 holds it. Sent over. Tien grabs from the middle. And here comes McDade. Sends a pass over to the left to Jace Pearden. Jace Pearden checks him, and he goes down for number 9 there. Oh, and there's a goal right there from McDade to Jace Pearden. That brings it 3-3 with 1:02 left. Good work, boys. We have a game. Way to battle back. What would be really nice is if we get another one right here in the next 10 seconds. I'll manifest it for us. Let's go. Oh, TNN center. Pearden on right. McDade on left. Stairs on left D. Marshall on right D. Mansfield wins the draw. D to D pass. And that pass is up to Stair. Stair sends it up. And they bring it in. Shot, glove. Couldn't get there. Good try, though. McCormack for Mansfield bringing it on the left. Blake Marshall, good defense to push it on the wall. And that's a goal. Oh. Pass it out to the front. He gets it right on that left side of Ronan. So that brings the score 4-3 with 35.2 seconds left in this period. So we get a line change. Looks like Grothy and Herrick out for D. Eldridge, Marchand, and Finch on the line for offense. And that's going to be an icing, which is a good start for us. We'll have a face-off to the left of Mansfield's goalie. Quinn on right D. Herrick on left D. Sends up the top, but couldn't get there. Here comes Mansfield. Tipped, high, glass. Missed the shot. And another goal. A pass from the wall over to the center. No defense to be found for OA. And they're going to go up 2 goals in less than 30 seconds. So we have a 5-3 game. 9 seconds, 7 seconds, 9.7 seconds left. Shift change. Looks like Tien in the center. Pearden on right, Gate on left. Blake Marshall on left D. Right D, excuse me, and John Chang on right. Low shot. Goalie pats it back, and that will be the end of the period. So we will start the third period here in 15 minutes. Let him shave the ice, and we'll see you shortly. All right, welcome back to ACF Arena, Brockton, Massachusetts, home of the Oliver Ames Tigers. Facing off against Mansfield Hornets. Mansfield still with a 2-goal lead on Oliver Ames, 5-3. Mansfield just scored 2 goals in less than 35 seconds in that second period. So OA's got a lot. OA wins the draw. Keeps it in. But that gets off the glass and board and to behind the goalie there, Mansfield. Good pressure. Here comes McDade, sends up a shot. Wrap around. Gets deflected. On the board. Blake saves it, sends it up to the center. And Mansfield able to get it around. And Blake kind of puts some pressure on them, but takes a good save by Ronan. Excuse me, Josh. Josh DeVito is now playing in net. McDade sends it up, and they send it around. Blake tries to give a check, and it gets out. Oh, no defense there. Oh, McDade sent it right to him. Shot wide left. Gets it out in the neutral zone. Sends it up the wall. And Mansfield saves it. Sends a shot. Glove save by DeVito. So we will get a line change. Stairs and Herrick. For defense, Eldridge, Marchand, and Finch. Excuse me. Up the top, sends a shot. Good save. Good D by Herrick right there. Could have been bad. Up to the top of the D, and he misses it. Here comes Nick. He's flying through. Holding. Sends a pass up the front. Eldridge kind of was there, but so was Marchand. That's a high fly. That was not a hand pass. That was tipped. That was not a hand pass. That's a bogus call. That was tipped in the air. Quinn Grothy and John Shane out for defense. Tien sends it around. Low shot, stopped by Tien. Off the boards, couldn't get it out. Little strip. Here comes Quinn on the corner. Sends it around to the other side. And it gets tipped around, trying to get it. And a good save by Josh, covering it up in front. Offense going out. Going to switch the offense out, keep the D. Marchand in center. Mansfield gets it on the wall, sends it all the way around. That gets pushed out over to Nick, who grabs it at the line, brings it in, gets it taken away, but it's at the wall on the side in the neutral zone. Battling it out. Nick trying to push his way through. Mansfield gets it out, pushes it to the D. D sends it up clear up to the top. And both go down. But while they're busy, here comes Eldridge. Shot blocked. Tried to slap it in there. Owe doing some more physical work. And they get it taken away. Here comes the neutral zone. And here comes Quinn Grothy with the puck. Takes a check to the wall. Shot, glove save by DeVito. Change out for all positions, both sides. Away wins the draw, sends it all the way around, but McDade couldn't get there to it, so that's going to be an icing. 10 minutes, 44 seconds left in the period. Puck on the wall. Sends over. Stairs go, pushes it around. Here comes Herrick. Sends it right back down. Over to Stairs, who's wide open. Pushes it off the wall, and gets tipped by Pearden. Ooh. And they've got a good tip. That gets tipped. Push it over. Here comes Pearden. Oh, but couldn't grab it. And there goes a stick flying. And gets it out from the neutral zone. And that's going to be Herrick pushes through, holds the puck, sends it all the way around. Owe kind of chasing at this point. And Tan holding, sends it around, over to the wall. Passes it out. Here comes McDade on the left. Holds, gets stripped. Pushes it over, down, around to the goalie. And Mansfield brings it up the side. Here comes McDade on the side. Eldridge couldn't get it. Blake Marshall. Here comes Stairs, who gave a little push. Pass from Quinn to Eldridge. Eldridge pops it up to the back toward the goalie. Mansfield brings it, wraps around. Low shot, wide right. Nick takes a check. Marchand over there. Nick's hurt. Bar shot, misses. Here comes Pearden. Up the middle on 4, pushes it over to the wall in the corner. And the puck stays there. Mansfield takes it, sends it around the top. Tian right there with some pressure. Sends it low from Marshall. And Mansfield. Shot. Puck loose. Goal! Looks like Patrick McDade got the goal. Good effort down there by Pearden as well, who is causing some confusion on that right side. That brings the score 4-5. Seven minutes, 55 seconds left in this period, folks. Mansfield touches first. Stairs gets semi-piece on it, gets it out in the neutral zone. Mansfield holds. And they toss it in. And that's going to be an offside, and we are going to take it on the line. We're going to do a line change, so Quinn Grothe and John Shin for D. Marchand, O'Leary, and Eldridge on for offense. D-to-D pass. Sends it out. Oop. Just missed that one. Marchand able to get around him. Holds the puck. Passes it, but Mansfield, no one there for away. Gonna get past you. Good save by DeVito. Sends it out to the neutral zone. Mansfield, number 5, takes it and pushes it over. Johnson taps it, sends it off. Mansfield holds, D-to-D pass. They're going to bring it in, gets tipped, and that hits the netting, and we will get a shift change for the offense of OA. Tien directing Grothy where he wants him positioned. Pearden touches. McDade gets it into the corner. Pearden doing some good. He wraps it around, sends it off the wall. They send it back around. McDade needs to get over there. Put some pressure in the corner. Out to the top. Pearden to Grothy. Grothy to Shane. Ricochet. Off the tip, but nobody's there to grab it. Grothy with the puck. Couldn't get it through. Putting pressure on. Gets a check in the side there. Marchand doing some good battling there. And Mansfield sends it down low. And I'm shocked they didn't call that as a tripping. Top of the D. Shot low. Hits off. Here we go. McDade holding. Tries to get a pass off. Get a D change. And Herrick gets tripped up by his own teammate, Eldridge. And that puck's going to come out. And that's an icing. So we will bring the puck down to Mansfield side on the right of the goalie with 5 minutes, 26 seconds left in the period. Away touches. Mansfield regains possession on the wall. Here comes Eldridge, holds it, stares, tries to pass it through. He gets it on the corner. Here's Logan Dos Reis. Tries to push it through and gets it. Oh. Out. Nope. And that's in the neutral zone. They're going to call a offside, and we will have a face-off at the line. Eldridge to the front. Gets it up. Oh, he's getting tripped up a lot there. Sends it out. Here comes Logan. Go. Mansfield goalie sends it off the pass. And they gets it by 2 away. Shot block. Good save. Missed the shot. Wide open net as DeVito was down on the ground. Pass over to the side. Eldridge sends it up the wall. Logan trying to get over to the D. Here comes Tien. He sends it up the wall over to Logan. And he gets it down. He's going to get a change. And Blake over to the side. Sends it up into the middle. And Mansfield sends it all the way down the corner. Blake Marshall wraps around the net. Pearden tips. He doesn't have it. Tien coming in. Tries to give a push. Blake's on the floor. And they're still going at it. Mansfield with possession. Sends it up the D. D misses that. Pearden coming in. And they get it out in the neutral zone, and they send it all the way down. DeVito touches. Here comes Grothy getting caught up. Sends over the puck to the wall on the left side. Shot ricochets off of Marchand's shin pad. Shot blocked by a player. Pass over tipped by McDade. He touched that right at the center, bro. Oh. Oh. Hard to find good referees. Face off to the right of DeVito. Back to Grothy. Grothy sends it off the board over to Marshall. Marshall gives a tap off. Tries to get it out there. Couldn't get a flip off. Marchand with a big check. Pushes out to Nick. Gets it out in the neutral zone. Marchand takes a check into the board. Grothy taps it. Marshall to Finch. Finch passes, and it gets tipped. Going to have a face-off. Should be over on this side. And we have 2 minutes, 39 seconds left in this period. Shift change for the offense. That should be here because the pass came from this side, but what do I know? Teen in center. Wrapped around, sends it on the wall. Marshall's up to the top, sends it over to Pearden. Pearden grabs it, pushes with the backhand of the stick, and it still gets into Mansfield's zone somehow. McDade pressure. Mansfield wraps around their goalie, sends up to the wall. Tien pats it back into the corner with the puck, sends it neutral up to the front. But here comes Mansfield bringing up the left wall. Past Marshall. Tipped up to the top of the D. D sends it back down around, all the way around. Quinn gets a tip off of it, sends it up front over to McDade. McDade waits, pulls. Holding, sends it over. Tips it, but wasn't there enough. Here comes Mansfield up the board. Back passes. Oh, nice, beautiful pass, but was able to save that, and that gets tipped off of DeVito's skate and back into the goal. Bum luck on that. So 4-6, OA losing by 2 with 1 minute 35 seconds left in this period. Still plenty of time. Marchand at the faceoff. Back over to Stairs. Stairs sends it up the board over to Eldridge. Eldridge gets it by. Pass in the middle. Gets tripped. Marchand gets tripped. They're both down. Mansfield sends it up the board. Here comes Herrick over the side. Waiting, holding, sends it over to Nick, who sends it out. Then the delayed offside, and it's waved off. Mansfield holds. The best bet is to hold this at the moment. Here comes Eldridge. Gets it through. Oh, right in the front. But Marchand gets a stick. And Stairs keeps it in. Stairs keeps it on the wall. He doesn't know where it is. It gets sent down. Tipped. And that's going to be an offside. All the way down for intentional. Or they're going to be, oh, not all the way down, just on the left side, face off. Mansfield, D to D, they send it on the wall. McDade gets it all the way down. Goalie touches, misses it. Here comes Pearden. Pearden sends it around. There's Tien, kicks it over. Up the wall, up to the top, D. D shoots a shot. It gets past him on the wall. Pearden gets a shove, and he gets passed on. 22 seconds left. Holding, and we are not pulling our goalie, so we're going to keep it down there. McDade. Oh, and he saves the shot, but he deflects from Grothy's stick, and it's going to stay in their zone for 4.1 seconds. So Grothy and Blaney making his first appearance. I believe that's Blaney. No, not Blaney. Sorry, Bailey on defense. And Mansfield will hold, and that's the game. So OA record goes from 3-3 to 3-4, while Mansfield's goes from 3-3 to 4-3. Unfortunately, that's just how it goes tonight. It was good hockey, I will say that. So, again, thank you to all of our sponsors. Thank you to ECAT for hosting this tonight. OA's next game, excuse me while I look for it. Oh, I don't have their next game. Sorry. I'll have that for you next time. It's not home. It will be away against either Canton or Franklin. I believe it's Canton. So their next game is against Canton, which is always a good team. That's going to be some good hockey. Hopefully they will air it on some network, streaming device. I'm not sure what they're going to do, but we'll see you then.
ECAT's production of OA Sports are provided by Morse Insurance, Weinstein and Keach, we sell real estate, Michael Associates, Ltd., the Easton Lions Club. ECAT would like to thank all the sponsors for support of producing OA Sports.